Are we saints or are we sinners? Coming up next on Pastor Bob Daily. Well, there's a lot of controversy on this subject. I think I created some of it. And I want to explain myself, and I want to explain the concept a little more to you. You know, Paul says in the Bible that he feels like he's the chief of sinners. And I would argue with him on that point because I think I probably am. I know me. I know what I do. I know that I'm a sinner. I know that I sin. Well, I'm glad I got that out of the way. But that's not what God says. You know, I realize that in myself, I am a sinner. I realize what I do. I realize I'm not perfect, that I'm never going to be. And that's the greatest thing about Christ's death on the cross, is that he took my sin and he nailed it. He nailed it. Those nails that pierced his hands and his feet, those nails that kept him to that cross until he died and rose again. That blood that was shed for my sin, all of it, that's the point. And folks, that's what God says about us. He says, because of Jesus Christ's death on the cross, you're no longer a sinner in my eyes. You're a saint. Why? Well, nothing that you've done, but because of what he's done. Christ's death on the cross, his blood paid a huge price for your sin. He bought it. He did away with it. It's gone. I love that part. And it isn't that I stop sinning, because I do every day. And I know what Paul's talking about when he says I'm the chief sinner. I'm the best one. I know how to sin really well. I do too. And so do you. But folks, it isn't what we say about ourselves. It's what God says about us. And when he calls us a saint now because of what Jesus did, when he looks at us and Christ's blood filters what he sees, you see, a perfect God can't look upon an imperfect man. Jesus Christ is the reason that God can deal with us today. Because when he sees us, he sees a saint and not a sinner, because God can't look upon sin. And so, you see, that's the point today. And I'm sorry that I've created some confusion for some, and I totally understand that. I need to explain things a little better sometimes. But today, in God's eyes, you're a saint because of what Jesus did. Now, through your eyes and everyday living, you're not a saint. You're a sinner just like me. But I'm glad that he gave us a new name. He gave us a new name. And that name is Saint. That's good, isn't it? God bless you. Have a great day.